Hey guys, Sandra, welcome back to the channel. So guys, disability and reality. So guys, this one's going to be a bit more of a personal one as well. So guys, I posted a short last night about making sure that your disability isn't your whole personality. So guys, in my community, I have seen people who are in the disability activism community who make it their whole personality. And when I challenge them on their thoughts or beliefs or values around disability and being able to work, being able to achieve things and achieve things with or without support, they are very threatened because their whole worldview and identity is based around them being disabled. So, guys, that's what I'm meaning. And that's where we need to talk, especially TikTok and YouTube. There is a subsection of people who are actively faking for views. And guys, quite frankly, this is offensive to those of us in the disability community and the activism community who have fought for the NDIS, who have fought for other accommodations and care programs that are government funded worldwide. And so this is where we need to talk about the reality of disability. Because, guys, it's not cute. It's not funny. Guys, there's a lot of boredom, there's a lot of loneliness, there's a lot of isolation. That is the reality of it. And so this is where the NDIS has really stepped in to really help people live a life more normal and meaningful to them, getting them out of aged care homes, out of hospitals, out of their aging parents' homes. And guys, quite frankly, there isn't enough facilities. I can remember when I first came out of hospital after having some massive seizures, we did not know how functional I would be. And I have to do a massive shout out to my family and friends because I didn't know how much work until recently they've done behind the scenes for me. And I've been quite ungrateful for it. So I need to do a shout out and say thank you. But we applied for me to go into a young care village that was planned for where I live. When Young Care went to the investors, they told them that, oh no, there's not the need in these areas. That horrified us, that assumption that, oh no, they'll just move to where the facilities are. But a lot of us can't. We need those informal supports from friends and family, regardless of whether we've got an NDIS package or access to support workers or not. So, guys, this is the reality of it. And the other thing I mentioned, and I've done a few longer form videos on this one, but I want to mention it here as well, especially because this video is a much more personal one. And this is a challenge that I still go through daily, is figuring out, is that an excuse or a reason? So guys, I love the metaphor that Jessica McCabe at How to ADHD uses. So she uses a step stool and a glass analogy, that a glass is on a high shelf. But guys, an excuse would be, okay, I'm short. Someone's going to need to get that glass for me. Not even trying. Where the reason is, hey, I'm short, but if someone can grab me a step stool, I can grab that glass for myself. So she's acknowledging the problem, we're fixing it by accommodations, and we're helping that person. And so she talks specifically about ADHD and neurodiversity, but it could apply to any disability of working out what is a reason and what is an excuse. And yes, it will depend on your level of cognition and function, and particularly if you're in Australia, if you have access to the NDIS and your level of funding as well. And I know a lot of these attitudes run counter narrative to the activism community as well. Why? Because I'm saying that we need to essentially take responsibility for our own lives and our own paperwork and not rely on support workers, family, and friends to rescue us. And guys, that can be challenging when you have had all of your agency taken away from you and you have to live by policies and procedures that don't make a lot of sense to you as well. But guys, trust me, those policies and procedures are probably there for a reason. Question them if you need to, because some of them might be unapproved restrictive practices and the agency might not be aware of it. But some of it might be insurance issues, some might be because of incidences in the past, some might be to protect support workers and other staff. And guys, if you go with a independent support worker, there's also going to be possibly the same issues. They're going to have probably the same policies around not contacting them out of shift, paying them well, respecting them, all of those things that you would expect from a professional working relationship as well. And so this is the other thing I want to go back to is how can you not make your disability your whole personality? Well, it's quite simple. Find something that you care about. Find a challenge. Look at what your skills are, what your hobbies are. If you don't have a hobby, get one. It could be online, it could be offline, it could be gaming, it could be art and craft, it could be photography, it could be hiking. Yes, it's going to depend on your disability, but you can also long term turn that into a business. Coles and Woolworths coming into the new year is going to get rid of their plastic. So if you can sew and find netting, fruit bags, if you're an amazing artist, selling that art, having an exhibition, talking to the coffee shop and arranging an exhibition, finding something to do. If you're an amazing blogger on Tumblr and do an amazing edit or fan art or fan fiction, have you thought about doing your own YouTube channel, your own Twitch, applying for a traineeship or studying filmography? Guys, the world is your oyster. Yes, there are barriers, but there are also accommodations. So, guys, this is something where I wanted to sit down and talk about the reality of disability. Because, guys, let me reiterate the tropes that we're seeing on TikTok, especially those who are faking review or self diagnosed. Guys, self diagnosis, I don't want to gatekeep, but self-diagnosis can be very dangerous, especially if you start treating something that's completely the wrong thing. If people are saying that there's no diagnostic criteria for ADHD, in Australia there is. You can do functional brain mapping, do an fMRI, and they can actually see the differential blood flow as well. So guys, I have had that done as part of my NDIS package for a functional capacity assessment, and they were able to confirm the brain damage, the ADHD, and also show where my nerves are degrading from the peripheral neuropathy. I know there is internationally unequitable access to healthcare, but guys, check your sources. And guys, remember, again, your disability, perceived or accurately diagnosed by the appropriate medical professionals, is not permission to be an arts. Because I see this time and time and time and time again. And I've had to deal with it in my own personal life, in my own attitudes towards people in my personal life as well. So, guys, comment below what is your thoughts on self-diagnosis, disability and reality, and even your experiences with people with a disability. If you're a support worker and support coordinator, moving forward with the NDIS, your hopes and fears as well. And guys, I see you guys in the analytics. 90% of my returning viewers aren't subscribed to the channel. So guys, if only 80% of you guys subscribed, I'd be monetized and we can level up the channel and do a lot more. So guys, if you can like, share, subscribe, comment, guys, behave like a human. in the comments. So guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. And guys, from the 20th, I will be taking a break, but I'll see you guys in the new year with 2 videos a week and 1 podcast. So guys, happy Christmas to all. And I'll see you guys in the next video.